Joining the big board 3.5 years after it was delisted amid revelations of a $2.7 billion accounting fraud. But this is not the Healthsouth most people know. The company, which grew into a huge rehab chain, is realigning its business to concentrate on post-acute care. Now, we're going to tell you what all that means in English. Don't worry. Here to talk about it, fresh from ringing the opening bell, CEO Jay Grinney. Jay, thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome, Aaron.
Got to start off first. You said 1 million man-hours. $1 billion incurred to correct the $2.7 billion fraud. Do you feel like it's really behind you? I mean, I'm sort of curious. I mean, you didn't even change the name of the company.
Well, we do definitely believe that it's behind us. And our relisting on the New York Stock Exchange really is the last step in our recovery. We didn't change the name because we went out and did a lot of research and found out that there's a tremendous amount of value in the name Healthsouth. It's known as a name that is consistent with high-quality rehabilitative care. And so it seemed natural to keep the name.
So people didn't think, oh, swooshy when you said Healthsouth.
No, and really, our company is represented by the 36,000 employees who day after day provide high-quality care in communities across this great nation. And that's really the company.
What is post-acute care?
Post-acute care would be care provided to patients once they leave a community hospital. 1 out of every 3 patients who get admitted to a community hospital ultimately need some kind of care after their discharge. That might be home health, that might be inpatient rehabilitative care, it might be skilled nursing, it might be long-term acute care. And what we want to do is capitalize on our strength, our market-leading position as a provider, as the nation's largest provider of inpatient rehabilitative care.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean acute illnesses.
No, it would be patients who need a little more care to get back to their activities of daily living.
Now, you got a pie chart here. Post-acute usage after hospital discharge, about 1 in 3 get it, about 2 in 3 don't.
That's correct.
But how much of that 2 in 3 is going to come your way, even if you make it easier for them? Many of them probably don't have insurance. Many of them probably don't have the patience to go through the rehab or whatever. How much of that market's really there?
I think the market, the 1/3, is absolutely there. And as you look at the aging of the population, the changing demographics in this country, we anticipate and envision that market is actually going to grow. Mm-hmm. So I think we're very well positioned to take advantage of those trends well into the future.
All right, but in terms of your growth, just looking at your revenue, it looks like a run rate, $3.2 billion this year, about.
Right,
and you say you want to do all acute. That means you got to get rid of a lot of businesses. How much of that revenue are you selling?
We'll be selling about 45% of the revenues, but we'll be selling 25% of our operating earnings. So you can see our core business is inpatient rehabilitative care.
And are you talking to anyone now? Are you about to announce the sale of those other businesses?
No, we're not in a position to be able to announce, but we have announced that we are pursuing strategic alternatives for those segments. We have been very encouraged by the level of interest expressed by potential buyers, and we're moving as quickly as we can to effect those changes.
So if I understand this correctly, when you have finished making all these changes, you will be almost entirely a service provider. You're not going to own real estate. You're not going to own facilities. Is that correct?
No, we will own facilities.
You will own facilities.
We own and operate our hospitals.
The inpatient rehab facilities.
The inpatient rehabilitation.
Okay, so you're not a contractor. You're going to own the facilities.
We own the assets. We own the land. We have some leases. But the model that we will be going forward with is own the assets, own the real estate, and then provide the service from those facilities.
So who's going to run the rest of the hospital?
This will be a freestanding hospital.
See, I'm still not clear. Oh, so the hospital you will have will be entirely a rehab facility.
Exclusively rehab facility.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so as the patient gets discharged from, say, the local community hospital or maybe the medical center, right, and they're finished with their stay in that facility, but they still need some additional care, they will be coming to our specialized standalone facility, and all we do is provide.
You get reimbursed for that? I know we got to go, but you get reimbursed for that.
We do, and most of our patients tend to be Medicare, tend to be elderly.
Okay.
So we get our reimbursement primarily from the Medicare program.
All right, Jay. Well, your stock's up a little bit over 5%.
Like
on day
that.
one back
That's
at the
great.
big board. I know you like it.
I do like that.
Thanks for joining us.
You bet.
All right.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Mark.
Jay Grinney from Healthsouth. Up next,